Hello, friend. Joe at the office here. Today, I want to talk about creating a personal household budget. As you probably know, the United States is a very wealthy country, but only an estimated 1/3 of Americans create and manage a personal budget. According to a Gallup study, Americans with good money management are in the minority in the United States. If you want to see different results with your money, you can't be like the majority of Americans. You need a detailed personal budget. So I went and downloaded a template from Microsoft in Excel, just a personal monthly budget. And it came out something like this. And this isn't exactly what I was looking for. This is a monthly, budget versus expenditures, so you can calculate the differences. This is important. However, I think it has a great benefit for a people, family, to look at their budget as a whole across the year, so they can plan for and understand the money that's coming in to their household and the expenditures that are going out, and budget for it. So I'm going to go ahead and show you what I created. Well, I'm going to show you how to create just a standard yearly budget document for you to use in this process. And this is a very important process. So let's just go through and show you what I did. So let's select A through O, the first row, and I'm going to merge and center. It's important to have a title so that you know what you're doing, and make it personal. And I just called it Noel Family Budget, and I want that to stand out because that's the top of our page. So make it red, make it bold, change it to 14, whatever. So this is going to be, and I chose these 15 columns because I'm going to have titles here for the budget line items, and I'm going to have January through December, a total column, and an average monthly column for the budget. So let's go ahead and get started here. First off, we'll use some of the cool features that we had learned in the previous videos. We just type in January, and then we'll go to December. I do want to make these columns uniform in size, so that we can, there we go, December, that's too big, that's too small. Let's try that one more time. Let's see, right about there, about 1350. That's pretty good. All right. Want these to kind of be in the background, but be noticeable. So just change the color of those. I want a title, a column separator here. So I'm going to fill it blue. And this is going to be my income section. And I am only going to do one section here, to show you all of the functions that you need to put into a section, and you'll be able to, if you create it, copy and paste it into sections further down for expenditures. So I want that to stand out, bold, and it needs to be black there. So then we're going to type in our line items. So for income, wages, tips. If you are in the industry that tips, you probably want to separate that for tax reasons, unless your employer separates them for you, documents the tips that you make. Let's say you're a 2-income family, wages, let's say 2, tips 2, just in case. You're going to make this budget to fit your lifestyle, your family's lifestyle. So you may only have one income, you may have multiple incomes, but you do want to track that in your budget. Other income might be from investments, and then we want to put other here just in case there's some other, you make a sell, you sell something during the year, or you have some other form of income that you need to document, maybe child support or alimony, or something like that. So that's where that would go. Then we're going to make another section here for our total income, and this is going to be the top line total income for our family. I justify that. I also want to change these to make them look different than the large categories here. I want these subcategories to be a little bit smaller, so I'm going to indent them a little bit. I might make their text a 9 as opposed to a 10, and make sure they're not bolded. For this section, I want our budget line items for dollar amounts to stand out a little bit so we can see them easier. So I'm going to choose a light fill color, maybe that. I'm also going to put in borders inside there, so it's easy to see, it's separated, it's visually pleasing to the eye. So we need to format these columns. So I do want them all to be currency. However, I don't want them all to have dollar signs in them. The dollar signs get in the way of visualizing numbers, and these numbers are, of course, very important. So for all of these, I'm going to hit Format Cells and choose Currency and use None symbol. And then I'm going to select these because I want these to have the dollar sign, Format Cell, Currency, and leave the dollar symbol there. All right, so we have a couple formulas that we need to put in here for the total and average. So these are monthly averages. So the first one, the total, is pretty simple. We're just going to sum these columns together. Enter. But the average is a little bit more difficult. So if we were just to do average, these 12 columns, columns together, we would get an error because of this 0. The denominator in this equation is a 0, so you can't divide by 0. It returns an error. You don't want a whole column of errors showing up on your spreadsheet. So what we'll do is we'll create a special formula here. It's going to be an if statement. So if is error, and then if this average returns an error, then we're going to want to good. We're going to want to return a 0 value. Otherwise, we're going to return that average value. Perfect. We'll close it up, hit enter, and now it shows as 0 because we told it to say 0 if it was going to produce a 0. Error. So once again, we want this to populate all the way down, so we'll select it with our crosshairs and drag all the way down. Same with this value, this average value. We're going to drag it all the way down. We need to reset these to our blue color. Which one was it? Maybe that. All right. And bold it so this will stand out. So we have to put a formula here as well. So we'll do equals sum, and we'll select these columns here. Enter. Let's bold that first and make it black. I don't know if we want to bold that. No, maybe we'll just leave it. Drag that across to here, and now you have the first section of your budget. So you could begin to populate this data with your income. I'm going to quickly do the second section because I want it to look a little bit different. This is going to be our household expenditures. So we could, in fact, just select these. We could select the whole thing. Let's select the whole section. I'll show you how to copy it. So copy, Control C. We're going to skip a line just to make it look pretty. And paste. So we paste it here. These are going to be our household expenditures. Bolded. So we can go ahead, we can stretch this out a little bit so that doesn't take up the whole space. And as we enter household expenditures, we're going to just change these. So mortgage or rent, whatever your mortgage or rent monthly payment is, I don't know, home insurance, homeowners insurance, electricity. So again, these will be tailored to what your expenditures are. You may not have a garbage. You may take your garbage to the county dump. You may not have a separate water or sewer bill. So you get the point there. And there would be, internet, cable. So we'll go over this in a second, but I wanted to show you how to do this. And I take this formatting off. I take the fill out of this because here we have total household, and I don't want that to be confused with the income. So I format it this way. All of the other formatting that we've done here is copied over. If we need to insert things, we just select a row and hit insert, and all the formulas need to be adjusted here. Pretty easy to do. Everything else remains the same. You just type in your new line item, whatever it is. If you have natural gas bills. All right, so you would continue on down, copying and pasting these sections lower until you get to the bottom, and that's where you want to do your analysis, your totals for the month, totals for the year, your income minus your expenditures, and we'll go over that really quick. But I'll go ahead and show you what my final product was or is. So I built the income section like I just showed you, and then the household expenditures, mortgage, rent, depending on what you have, make it whatever it is. Don't leave it mortgage or rent. You can have rent or you can have mortgage. Your homeowner's insurance, your electricity, garbage, water, sewer, your utilities, your cell phone bill, your internet. If you have a separate cable bill or TV, it's important that you see what these monthly numbers are so that you know how much you're spending on each line item every month. Groceries, one of the things that we do that I'll do when we get into the section where we're building the monthly statement is we go through our checkbook or we go through our bank statement and we look at all the expenditures we have. We separate them out. So this may not say groceries. It may just say Walmart, if that's where you go to shop for your groceries and beauty supplies and whatever. I know I did that at the beginning, and it's a huge line item for us. So we became aware of how much we were spending. Anything that might fall under the household expenditure category you want to have here. If you have a property owners association or a homeowners association, or if you're renting and your condo or your apartment has management fees, you might put them here. Your monthly costs, any furniture you're going to buy for the house or plan to buy for the house, you want to put here. It might be zeros most months, but you want to buy a new TV or a new couch or something in April, so you'd put the cost of that there. Any repairs you have to do on your home, if you're a homeowner, anything that you plan to do, you'd put in your budget. And then you have a financial section. This is how much money you put monthly into your savings account, how much money you put into your emergency fund, and that emergency fund, if you follow Dave Ramsey's baby steps 1 and 3. Baby steps 1 is to save $1,000 for your starter emergency fund. So this might be $50 a month until you get to that 1,000. Until you get up to that 1,000. So we could just do that here. So we're going to put that $50 in there every month. We're up to $600. That's almost a baby step 1. We need 1,000 in there for that. And then as your wages may increase, or you may get that tax refund or something, and you want to put it into emergency fund, you might be able to get up to baby step 3 if all of your debts are paid off, excluding your house. So any money you're going to put into investments, buying stocks, mutual funds, anything that you may invest in, your retirement contributions, you definitely want to list how much money you're putting in for your retirement. If you buy life insurance separately, you want to put in the monthly premium for that. The credit card section here, we have, I don't know what the credit, depending on how many credit cards you have, if you have any. I like to put the percentage, the interest rate on each of these credit cards, so I'll know, if I'm paying the minimum, $25 a month or whatever it is for each of these. If I have extra money, I'd like to know where that money should go. If I should pay off the highest interest credit cards first, then I'll direct money towards that. I'll know I don't need to use that credit card anymore because it's at 21% or whatever it is. And also any planned medical expenditures. Now you may have a retirement health savings account, HSA, that you put money into here. You want to document that so that you know how much is in there. And how much you spend on medical, anything, dental, medical, whatever. And you may want to have separate lines there if you have a lot of medical expenses that you're working on, or medical debt that you need to pay down. Another section is for transportation. You may have 1 vehicle, 2 vehicles, loans on those vehicles. This would be where you'd put the loan budget for the loan payments. Fuel costs, you definitely want to track how much money you're buying in gas, how much you're spending on gas. Planning on how much you can, if it's $80 every 2 weeks, you want to put that here, whatever. Annually, taxes and tags for your vehicles, if there's any maintenance costs, if you spend any money on public transportation or private, Uber transportation, you want to plan for it and put it there so you know where your money's supposed to be going or not supposed to be going. I have a section for entertainment, how much money we spend on going out to eat every month or going to the movies every month. It might be, plays or, whatever you all enjoy doing. Entertainment is important, but you have to make sure that you can afford it. So, I put in here vices also. If you, drink or smoke or have a cigar or whatever, you want to track that so you know where those expenditures are going on an annual basis. You want to know how much you're spending on that. Holidays, you might buy, Christmas gifts or birthday gifts or, Easter gifts. I don't know, something. You want to plan for that here as well, and also vacations, expenditures that you want to spend on vacation. Say you've been saving up in your savings account, for a year or two, and then you want to go on a nice vacation, spend $4,000 or $5,000, then you would plan for that expenditure whatever month you're going to do that in. Gym membership fees, if you're part of a gym or other kind of karate or anything like that, you might put that here. And then I put in a section for child. You may or may not have children, but if you do, you want to make sure that you track the expenditures on that. So clothing that you buy the children, daycare expenses, but if you have that, college fund. I definitely want to talk about this because Dave Ramsey's Baby Step 5 is saving up for your children's college fund. This is important. You don't want them to start off their life in a lot of debt. So as much as you can plan for and pay for it at a young age of the child, the better. I know that Florida has a prepaid college fund, and we did that. And you're able to put in $50 a month or $20 a month and pay for maybe 2 years a community college, or 2 years community and 2 years university, or 4 years university, whatever you can afford, whatever plan that you can get to help your child get ahead in life, get that college degree and start off life not in debt. It's definitely an important thing. Current school expenses, you might have to buy paper and pencils and all the things that children need. Special gifts for the children, that you plan for that, buying that PlayStation 4 or Xbox or whatever. You special gifts throughout the year that you might buy a child that has a dollar amount associated to it. Other than a pack of Pokemon cards or something. I also put a line item here for pets. Pets can be expensive. They need shots, they need heartworm pills, and nails trimmed. You may not bathe them. You may have a service bathe them or something. So pets can be expensive. You need to be aware of where that money is going and plan for it accordingly. So this is the sections that I came up with. Have not filled it out yet. I'll probably be doing that here. We're in December now, so I'll shortly be doing my budget for 2020. Going through and making sure that I got everything accounted for, all expenditures and income. At the bottom of the sheet, we have total income. So this just equals B10, which is right here. This is B10. So we're just going to bring those numbers directly down, copy this across, copy it all the way across, and then expenditures, we're going to add up all the total expenditure sections here, and that'll equal expenditures. And then income after expenditures would be total income minus total expenditures. And balance is a little bit different. So what I want to do here is a rolling balance of how much money we should have on hand, probably in our checking account, where we saved money or we're losing money. So this is a little bit different. So the rolling balance is, the logic behind this is, I'm just going to make B79 equal B78, but in the next column I'm going to add the two columns B79 and C78. So the new money that we've either saved or overexpended here, plus what we had last month. So it's a rolling balance, and I'll go ahead and copy this all the way across to here, and then this is just going to equal the total, and then the average, of course, across 12 months, what our average rolling balance is. So that's pretty much it for this spreadsheet. It's pretty easy to create. It's very important that you do this, and I think that's it. Next video, I'm going to try to recreate this monthly statement. So this will be the budget, against what we actually spend, so that I can see how accurately I have budgeted, or how I've made changes in my lifestyle to save money, create wealth, that sort of thing. So that's it for today. If you like the video, please hit like. If you appreciate what we're doing, hit subscribe. If there's something else I could do better, leave a comment. And thank you for watching.